Blessed and joyful kids and everyone! Tunay na napakaganda ng ating Bible story for today. Isang lalaki na ginawa ng dad ng kanyang mga kapatid because of inggit. Pero napakabuti ng Diyos sa kanya. Bakit kaya? Alamin natin. Watch this.
Joseph's brothers had done something really mean to him. Joseph looked at the 11 men standing uncomfortably in front of him. The men were strangers to the other people in the palace, just strangers who had journeyed to Egypt to buy food during the famine. But Joseph knew exactly who the men were. They were his brothers. Joseph's mind flooded with memories. He remembered how his 10 older brothers had treated him. He remembered the horrible day they had pushed him into a big hole in the ground and then pulled him out, only to sell him to be a slave in Egypt. It was time to tell his brothers that the man they were standing in front of, the man who looked like an Egyptian prince and ruled all of Egypt, second only to the king, was really their very own brother Joseph. "Go," Joseph said to his servants. Soon only his brothers were left in the room. Tears began to stream down Joseph's face. "I am Joseph," he exclaimed. "I am your brother. Is my father still alive?" he cried. The brothers' mouths dropped open. Could this very important ruler of Egypt really be their brother? Suddenly they were so afraid. What would Joseph do to them? They had been so mean to him. They had sold him to be a slave. "Come closer to me," Joseph said. He knew his brothers were frightened. "I am your brother Joseph. You sold me to be a slave in Egypt, but don't worry. God is really the one who sent me here. He sent me here to save your lives during this famine. Go home quickly," he said. "Tell my father that I am ruler over all Egypt, second only to the king. Bring him here, and your children, and your grandchildren. You will live near me, and I will take care of you during the years of hunger." Then Joseph and his brothers talked for a very long time. Joseph told his brothers over and over again that he forgave them for what they had done. And Joseph had a lot of questions about his family. Reuben sighed a big sigh. He felt good. He felt forgiven. Reuben looked around at his other brothers. He listened as they interrupted each other to tell Joseph happy stories about their children. Reuben knew his brothers felt forgiven too. They would bring their father and their families to Egypt, and Joseph would finally see his father again.
Pinagpala ng Diyos ang buhay ni Joseph. Kaya't nang muli niyang nakita ang kanyang mga kapatid ay hindi niya ito ginantihan, kundi mas naawa siya. Tunay na naging mabuting halimbawa si Joseph. Kaya gusto kong ituro sa inyo kids ngayon yung approaches of Joseph. Number 1, he demonstrated great grace. Again, he demonstrated great grace. Diba? Yan yung number 1 approach of Joseph. Pangalawa, he chose forgiveness. He chose forgiveness. Kaya, ulitin nga natin children, ano ang mga approaches of Joseph? First, he demonstrated great grace and he chose forgiveness. So kids, always remember to practice forgiveness tulad ng halimbawang ipinakita ni Joseph sa kanyang mga kapatid. Sapagkat ang pagpapatawad ay nagpapakita ng dakilang biyaya ni Jesus. Diba? Dakilang biyaya ni Jesus at ang nais ni Jesus ay patawarin din natin ang ating kapwa. Kaya sa ating pagtatapos, ulitin nga natin ang approaches ni Joseph. He demonstrated great grace and he chose forgiveness. Kaya kids, receive grace and choose forgiveness. Choose forgiveness. Amen.